It's a beautiful week. Good afternoon. My name is Wendy Lai. You're watching Midday Live on TV3. Our headlines for this afternoon: Medina New Road markets abandoned by traders and now a haven for mentally disturbed persons and social miscreants. Meanwhile, the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly has embarked on decongestion to rid the streets of hawkers. Now, on the frying front this afternoon, former Cuban President Fidel Castro votes in Cuba's parliamentary elections. The first time the frail ex-leader has been seen in public for several months. I've got details of these stories and many more. But remember, you can always get interactive on Facebook and Twitter. It's News on TV3 or short code 1734. Details shortly. Now the stories in detail. The Medina New Road Market has been turned into a haven for mentally disturbed persons and social miscreants. Well, portions of the market's complex have also been turned into places of convenience by illegal occupants there. Peter Kwao Adato reports the facility, which has been deserted by traders, is now overgrown with weeds.
Many of the traders of the streets here own sheds and stalls at various markets, but they have been completely abandoned. This deserted facility, the Medina New Road Market, constructed many years ago by the then Ga East Assembly, has 5 main sheds and a total of 302 cubicles. It also has a 1-story 80-store structure, which is about 90% complete. The facility has enough space for drop-off and other terrace activities. It is also complete with a modern public lavatory and urinal and linked with good roads. But the facility is now a deserted area. The traders have moved back onto the streets and major roads to do business. The only activity there present are these few hawkers who have also moved from their official location to the drop-off area. They complained the absence of traders at the market was affecting their businesses. The main facility is now a preserve for drug users and safe haven for mentally deranged persons as well as other social miscreants. Portions of the market are overgrown with weeds, and some stores have been turned into places of convenience. The development is a major concern for the new Langquantanan Medina Municipal Assembly, which is faced with a Herculean task of decongesting the highway.
Now to another headline story. The Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly has embarked on an exercise to decongest the streets of hawkers to allow for free flow of human and vehicular traffic. The Assembly had earlier given the hawkers up to midnight Sunday to relocate to designated markets, I beg your pardon, within the metropolis. So we move straight to the Ashanti region, where I have our correspondent Benjamin Edu on the phone line. Good afternoon, Benjamin. Now, the Assembly did give the hawkers midnight Sunday. Did they move voluntarily?
Yeah, the exercise, which was supposed to start at around 5 a.m. this morning, started at 6 a.m. at places like the Central Business District of Pedum, Dr. Mensah, Pampaso, KGT area, and then in front of the Kumasi Central Market. So for now, the exercise is still ongoing. It has been divided into 4 phases in these areas that I mentioned earlier on.
Now, is the Assembly confident that they're putting measures in place not to allow these hawkers move there again after some few weeks?
Yeah, a while ago I spoke to Clement Kigali, the special secretary to the mayor of Kumasi, and he indicated that they have a strong track record of supervising this exercise, and they will continue with their normal educational program to educate the workers not to return to the street again. And then, before probably you go in for another question, these workers are people who were evicted from the Race Cross area, and they were supposed to relocate to the Abinchi market. Some of them moved to the Abinchi market, and the rest left in streets around Bantama, so I'm around about and unapproved places. and the assembly are saying that this is unacceptable. They are not going to tolerate this, and it's time for them to relocate these traders to the Abinchi market.
Now, from what you're saying, before I let you go quickly, are you seeing any resistance from the hawkers, and does the assembly have any timelines?
No, they did not receive any state opposition from the hawkers, but what really happened was that hawkers around the place where the exercise were carried out were not happy about the action of the KMA. They expressed their discontent about the exercise. A visit to some parts of the CBD by our news team also revealed that while some pedestrians hailed the exercise, hawkers who were directly affected were counting financial costs to their businesses, Wendy.
All right, well, thank you very much. Benjamin Ado is our reporter in the Ashanti region. We will be getting over to him for more updates with this very issue, the KMA decongesting the streets of Kumasi. Well, we continue with our stories, and pupils of the Archbishop Potter A Kindergarten School at Ifiekuma in the Western region are sitting on a time bomb due to the weak nature of their building. The structure faces possible collapse as authorities are yet to attend to the situation. Ebenezer Kwame Ebenak has the story.
The Archbishop Porter's A School, built in 1971, is one of the oldest schools in the Western region. The structure was constructed through the efforts of the Parents-Teacher Association as a temporary facility. A section of the structure collapsed on the 16th of May 2011 following a heavy storm. The ripped-off roofing is yet to be fixed. This has compelled authorities of the school to group the pupils who were occupying the structure in one classroom together with the original occupants of that particular classroom, KG1 and 2. The other remaining blocks are in a bad state with deep cracks on walls and the floor, while the roof also hangs dangerously. The serious nature of the structure is affecting effective teaching and learning in the school, especially during rainy season. A section of the primary block, which was also affected, is yet to be replaced. Authorities of the school have meanwhile met parents in a crunch meeting to find a way out. According to the headmistress of the school, Hope Anaman Mensah, even though authorities have been prompted about the situation, they were yet to record any positive response.
We reported to the Metro Chief Executive, first through the Metro Director of Education. The Metro Chief Executive has paid us a visit on the school compound. They promised us that by 2012, the building will be completed. In fact, they were here at our speech day to inform us that they will start even in August 2012. By now, they should complete it. Unfortunately, nothing is heard, nothing is seen. If you look at my visitor's book, the 16th of October 2012, people from Works Department came to the school to order me to pack all my things because by that end of November, everything will be in progress. And here we are. We want government to come to our aid. It's not the best for us.
The PTA chairman of the school, Fifi Andopencil, also appealed for the intervention of authorities concerned.
Now to the Volta region, and the Electoral Commission will on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, February 5, hold a by-election in the Kachi South constituency of that very region. The by-election was necessitated after MP Doa Jaho was elected Speaker of Parliament, and I have my colleague Edward Kwabi, who is in our Kachi South constituency. We will be getting him live, and he's going to tell us what really is happening over there in the Kachi South constituency, preparation so far for the by-elections.
Well, good afternoon.
Tomorrow.
We're coming to you live from the Kachi South District Assembly, where we are hoping to hold a by-election from here. My name is Edward Kwabi, and I'm coming to you from the Electoral Commission's office here at the Kachi South district. Now, this district was created out of the Avino Ave district or constituency some few months ago when we were heading towards the 2012 elections. What happened was that since 1992, the landlord of this constituency has been the NDC, headed by Honorable Edward Doa Jaho. He has been holding this seat since 1992, and this is as a result. This election is as a result of his candidature or his nomination to take up the mantle of Speaker at the Office of Parliament. So we're going to be speaking to the EC about their preparations for tomorrow's by-election and find out how they are preparing. I have with me Francis Denu, who is the District Electoral Officer for the Akachi South District. He says that they have a number of 43,153 total number of valid voters here. We want to find out from him if he's ready for the elections.
Oh, we are very ready, and for now we are distributing our materials to be taken to the field tomorrow. So I think as far as things are, we are as ready as the word itself ready.
All right, very well. If my cameraman can capture some of the ballot box and some people working behind the scenes, they are really getting ready for tomorrow's by-election. If I may ask, the EC has recently been faced or challenged with some fraud. I mean, parties are accusing you, especially the MPP. How are you preparing ahead of tomorrow's elections to ensure that it is devoid of fraud?
I believe if you have been following the news, there's no news about fraud in Akachi district. So it shows that we've done our work very well, and that as we did it, we are going to do it the same. And I believe we will do it, and everybody will see the way that the Electoral Commission is actually a very sincere organization. It does not believe in fraud.
What is the collaboration like between you and the other stakeholders, like the security agencies? How far have you gone? Have you done any stakeholder consultation? And how are you preparing to go ahead with tomorrow's election regard to security?
Oh, security is okay. We've been holding a task force. We've been holding task force security meetings, and we've put in place everything that will make. For now, we are giving each police station 2 security men, and where we call flashpoints, we'll be having 3 or 4 security personnel at the same time tomorrow. So we believe security is very good, and everything will be well done.
I'm sure your men are preparing feverishly, but how many people are you deploying to go and undertake the supervision of this election tomorrow?
Well, I would say this election is going to have more supervision than any other things. I'm aware that there may be 10 people from our headquarters. Here we have 7 people supervising. The regional will also be providing some. So I believe we'll be getting around 25 to 30 as supervisors of this particular election.
Thank you very much, Francis Denu, who happens to be the district electoral officer for the Akachi South constituency. I'll soon be speaking to some candidates who are contesting tomorrow's by-election. Of course, the NDC, a strong candidate in there, PPP also coming on board, and they will be telling us something on their campaign so far. Of course, we know that campaign has also ended, so they will not be touching on their campaign message, but we will just be finding out from them how campaign went during the short period that they had the opportunity to undertake this election. First of all, I'll start with the NDC. How has campaign been so far for you?
Oh, so far it's been so successful. I mean, the ground is very fertile. Tomorrow's day will crown it all for us. So far, the campaign has been very successful. Tomorrow's day will crown it all for us. The ground is very fertile, and we are winning hands down.
You are very sure that you'll be winning or retaining this seat?
Oh, it's going to be retained by Bernard Ahiafo. We are sweeping the votes. We are not even sharing it with anybody.
Now, the NDC has been in this constituency for about 20 years, if my memory serves me right. Don't you think it is time for people to change, seek for the change they want?
The change that they are looking for has come democratically in the right direction, and that is Bernard Ahiafo on the NDC ticket.
All right, very well. Bernard Ahiafo has been telling further.
Yes, you want to further. I want everybody to know that this particular seat is NDC seat. NDC seat, for that matter, we will not leave it for any political party to take, and we are still going to maintain the seat.
All right, another strong force here, the PPP candidate. I'm told he's doing so well when it comes to groundworks. I will briefly take his comments quickly reaction to this before we come to how far your campaign has gone.
Thank you very much. We went through the communities, the villages, the hamlet. The way we've been welcomed shows that the people in Akachi South really need a change. And the change they are yearning for is PPP. And we are ever ready. And we know, by the grace of God, come tomorrow, CPP man, Chikata Anthony, will be declared the winner.
But it is strange. You know, the seat has always been for the NDC since 1992. What different are you doing? What is the magic you bringing on board that you think that people will be convinced to vote on you for you?
That's great. My campaign promises, the manifesto, to the people out there, shows that they really support me tomorrow, as I win the election, and we'll see how best we can help our people solve their problems in the constituency. So it's based on the manifesto presenting to the people out there. It's giving me that assurance that come tomorrow, I will surely win this contest.
Of course, he will surely win this contest. That is from the PPP point of view. But we will be watching. TV3 will be bringing you up to speed with whatever goes on here, and we'll be giving you every detail as to what is happening here. I'll be handing over to you at the studio for you to continue with the bulletin, but we will not go. We will still be hanging around, and we'll bring you up to speed with whatever goes on here. My name has been Edward Kwabi. Over to you, Wendy Lai.
Thank you very much indeed, Edward Kwabi, and he brought us that live report from Akachi, south of that very constituency where by-election will be held tomorrow. We'll continue with more of our stories. You're still watching Midday Live on TV3. Work on an 18-unit, 3-story classroom block under construction at Abokobi has stalled for over a year now. TV3's Daniel Latte revisited the school and reports the school is jointly being constructed by the Ga East Municipal Assembly and Get Fund, but work is at a standstill due to inadequate funding.
Get Fund is to complete the first phase of the project, comprising a 6-unit classroom block, after which the Assembly will construct additional 12 units during holidays. Due to inadequate funding, the project has stalled over a year, but the Ga East Municipal Chief Executive John Kwasaki has assured the Assembly will ensure its completion before the 4th quarter of the year.
This project can be completed before the end of the year. Looking at the speed the contractor started, if funds were available, she would have actually finished up.
Meanwhile, the Assembly has established a central ICT center with wireless facility as a way of closing the ICT gap between the community and the rest of the world. Information Manager Ebenezer Kwono encouraged residents to develop research habits with the help of a wide range of internet materials.
They can check their results from the internet and also do a lot of programming in the internet. Not the people in the community alone, but people comes as far as from Medina.
The community also has a library which facilitates teaching and learning.
The quality education that we're talking about is getting results and moving schools on that trees. We are working to get one of the senior secondary schools that the president promised.
To speed up efforts to expand the school feeding program, the Assembly has also employed the service of caterers to pilot the program in all basic schools.
The presiding member of the Ladadekotopon Municipal Assembly, Augustine Ni Amwanai, is calling on the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development as a matter of urgency to investigate the administrative boundary dispute between the Lejukukukoro Municipal Assembly and the Ladadekotopon Municipal Assembly to accelerate development. He spoke to TV3.
We saw that the Honorable Amate, the Chief Executive, with his members, tried going to Accra Shopping Mall to collect revenues. But we have all known that those particular areas, talking about the Accra Shopping Mall, the Action Chapel, even up to the Cordial Stream, these borders, La and Lekma, these gentlemen and these people had invaded our land collecting revenue. We saw that to be an intrusion, an encroachment, and that doesn't augur well for the peaceful coexistence that we have had in the past.
The municipal chief executive of Lejokuku Krowo Municipal Assembly, Daniel Amate Mensah, however, discounted the claims.
Administrative boundaries are not coterminous to traditional boundaries. If he is claiming that a portion of Lejokuku Krowo is Shiashi people's land, the assembly doesn't sell land. Not at all. If the framers of the constitution were mindful of the fact that if you align traditional boundary to that of administrative boundary, you are going to have problem. If you take Noah, for instance, Lashibi, Committee 18, Committee 19, Committee 20, Committee 21, all those areas are Noah lands, but it fall under Tama Metropolitan Assembly. So if by his argument, the fact that a portion of the municipality fall within Shiashi lands, and because Shiashi is also part of the traditional area, it should be annexed to their municipality, then is getting it totally wrong.
The Greater Accra Regional Minister Designate, Joseph Nilaya Fotiagbo, in reaction said education must be intensified to differentiate between traditional and administrative boundaries to ensure peaceful coexistence among chiefs, district and municipal assemblies.
It is very important that we organize educational programs within the districts that we have in a region. That is the first thing that we have to do, so that when we start coming out, or when we engage the surveyors, to let the districts, I'm talking about the DCEs and the technocrats in the districts, when we engage them, to tell them or let them know where their boundaries falls, there wouldn't be a problem. And some also use greed because of their individual interests to claim some areas that doesn't fall within their jurisdiction. These are the problems that I have personally realized or seen.
Now, residents of Manfe Atitepo in the Central Town District of the Volta region are asking government to tar the 31-kilometer trunk road in the community. The alternative road is a major link route to Aplau and Bator, which has been abandoned for years.
The main road in the town links to other settlements and towns, including Bong and Sugakope. Commercial drivers say this 13-kilometer stretch is an alternative route to avoid traffic on the Tema-Aplau highway. But for years, Manfe Atitepo has been saddled with poor nature of the road, compelling farmers to lose their products. Potable water is also hard to come by, prompting government in collaboration with some NGOs to provide standpipe for the community. However, residents are alleging that operators of the facility have been charging a bucket of water for 3 Ghana cedi 20 pesos, a situation they have protested, citing their inability to afford. The population in the town have now resorted to a cholera stream water, which had accounted for the recent waterborne disease. Some inhabitants have migrated from the community due to the outbreak, and already frustrated ones are appealing to government to intervene.
It is our aim to challenge the government about the only standing pipe, which has been locked because of failure to foot the bills. We thought that the standing pipe project has been sponsored by the government, but later to hear that it is a private company sponsored. We find it very difficult to pay high bills as a result of poverty in our community.
A cross-section of the youth met during this year's Yengo Festival to find ways of dealing with the numerous challenges confronting the community.
You're watching Midday Live. The Member of Parliament for Gomwa Central, Rachel Florence Apo, has expressed her determination in collaborating with banking institutions to support farmers and traders in her constituency. She was speaking at a reception in Accra.
Rahel Florence Apple says Goma Central is a farming community. For this reason, she will work tirelessly with the government to subsidize farm input to ensure food security in the area. She noted farming seems not to be recognized as a lucrative business, but assured working effectively with the farmers to improve socio-economic growth in the area.
What I'm going to do for the farmers is to discuss with the DCE to be able to help them, or let's say subsidize farming inputs for them. And also with the women, I'm also going to liaise with the microfinance companies to make sure that at least they get something to cushion their business that they're doing. So,
speaking at the Kama Pharmaceutical Company Limited send-off party in Accra, Rahel Florence Apple called on Goma Central constituents to remain united to ensure rapid infrastructural development. The executive director of Kama Pharmaceutical Company Limited, Dr. Michael Ejekumado, advised the Member of Parliament to be proactive in bringing development into Goma Central. He offered prayers, asking God's guidance and protection for the MP for her new position.
So watching Midday Live stories making headlines on the international front. Former Cuban President Fidel Castro votes in Cuba's parliamentary elections, the first time the failed ex-leader has been seen in public for several months.